Okay, so now moving to the application story. Earlier this year, we just had a new design win of the IDS 3115 or 15 inches with 5-wire resistive touch, the 400 nits, which is the standard model that we're designing into a medical lab for a blood analyzer machine. So how do you say that, for inside the lab, they chose the resistive touch because they can wear gloves or have liquid on the touchscreen and would not be affected. And the screen brightness, they choose the standard versions because the high brightness, the 400 nits. So it was very, very well received. It takes us about 8 months from first sample evaluation to pilot run to mass production. So yeah, about 8 to 9 months that we start seeing the mass production. That we receive our first mass production order February, I think February, March. Okay, so a quick product roadmap. 6.5, we have IDS 3106, and pedal mount, we have IDS 3206, which hopefully we'll be phasing it in by end of May or early June. The pedal mount model. Again, standard resistive touch and PCAP touch upgradable, and both models standard brightness 800 nits. 10.4. The SVGA models, we have a standard versions and economic versions. Standard is 400 nits, economic 230 nits. Resistive touch standard and PCAP touch upgradable. Okay, panel mount, same thing, standard and economic, some brightness and just a different one with and one without front bezel. Okay, so we just, well actually it says MP, but we were, the XGA open frame, we phased it in earlier, first quarter this year on the XGA models, and the SVGA model, we phased it in end of last year. So the XGA model, 600 nits, open frame, resistive touch, and PCAP touch upgradable. The SVGA model, we have standard versions and economic versions. Both are 450 nits. So the only difference between these two is the VGA and dual inputs for the standard and single VGA inputs for the economic and the operating temperature. The standard version is -20 to +60. Economic is just 0 to 45. So we're going to face in the panel mount versions of the 12.1 end of May, early June for both the SVGA and XGA model. So stay tuned. You'll see the announcement pretty soon. 15 inches. We offer a high brightness, and we also offer with PCAP as standard products. Otherwise, the standard version 400 nits, economic version is 250 nits. Panel mount, which we introduced both the standard and economic versions already. Okay, 17 inches, same thing, standard version, economic versions, 350 nits average, and then 19 inches, 350 nits average. Okay, and by second half of this year, so we're going to be introducing the IDS 3121, which is the 21.5 model. We're going to have a GD model, which is the what we call the economic version, and the industrial version. So again, by price suggestions, this one will be cheaper and this one will be more expensive. Actually right now when we put the product roadmaps, we have 250 nits. Both models will be upgraded to 300 nits when it's announced phased in, just FYI. The GD model, we can offer capacitive touch as an option that if you want to use it for gaming market. Okay, now DSD 3000 series, our digital 16:9 digital signage model. Okay, so resolution Full HD 1920 by 1080. On the non-touch version, so this one also comes with non-touch and with touch. Okay, the non-touch versions, we offer the narrow bezel. So it's on the average bezel size is about 20 millimeter for the non-touch. So it's very slim that you can use it to do different applications for portrait modes or for a video wall tiling. Okay, the thickness is also that it's very compact. It's under 80 millimeter total thickness. Okay, and it has multiple inputs, VGA, HDMI, and display port. Wide viewing angle 178, 178, and on the touch versions we offer optical touch, which can be supported by up to 2 points, multi-touch, under Win 7 and Win 8. Okay, if you have Linux and Android requirement, let us know, then we'll find out the driver for you guys to support that. You just need to let us know that what driver, the versions of the Linux and the Android. Okay, it comes with the VESA mounting 100 and it's 200 by 200 and 400 by 400 for these large screens, and it's VESA, TPMS, and DVI DMPM compatible. So basically, what that means is that it's plug and play, and also it's programmable to talk with your PC. Okay, 50,000 backlight life, and it's stainless design, so it's designed to be 24/7 operations. The back cover is metal, versus the consumer and commercial gray panels in the back and maybe plastic. So since it's stainless design, we use a metal back cover to ensure that there's no temperature issue. Okay, on the models that was the touchscreen, the bezel is a little bit thicker because the narrow bezel is a little bit hard to support the touchscreen installation. So the bezel size is probably less than double, but about 1.5 wider than the non-touch versions. But it's symmetrical, as you can see that 4 sides are the same, and we don't put our logo in the front, so that it's good for a signage application, so people won't have to see that the manufacturer's logo on it. So DSD 3000, the application story that was used in a retail environment for the shopping mall. So for directories and viewfinder. FYI, in this particular project used our ARC DS520 media player. Okay, quick roadmap. DSD 3032, 3042, and 3055. Both are phased in the first quarter this year. And so, ask your FSE if you have any projects or any interest on that. Okay, Stretch DSD 5000. So we offer 2 models, 38 and 28 inches high brightness. 800 nits for the 38 and 700 nits for the 28, and both were phased in. Actually, 28 inches was phased in last month, and the 38 inches hopefully will phase it in a couple months. But samples are available for ordering. Okay, wide view angle 176 degree. It's got DVI and VGA dual input, and if you need to run it by HDMI, the DVI we offer the DVI HDMI converter cable, but it's not in the standard packing list or the accessory kit. So just let your field sales people know that if you need to support HDMI interface, then there's a cable part number that he can provide it to you to run the displays with the HDMI interface. Okay, it comes with RS-232 remote controllable control, and 50,000 backlight life, 200 by 100 mounting hole on the back. So FYI, it's not the most standard VESA because of the stretch displays, but nonetheless, there's plenty of 100 by 200 mounting bracket off the shelf available. So that if you need any suggestions, let us know that we can provide information as well. Okay, and it can be used in the transportations, gaming, QSR restaurants, and hospitality. So it's just can be used in any space for signage viewing that has a space limitation that requires a stretch in low skinny space for display. Okay, this is a quick application story that this was first installed in the DSD 5000 in the Exploratorium. Café was introduced, or it was installed a couple months ago. And, as soon as we introduced this second week, we got this project. So it's not a large project, nonetheless, it's very nice, and it's how do you say that? It's kick off the product for the application quite nicely. So it's installed in the Exploratorium Café called Signage, and the displays are used to feature Ken Murphy's time-lapse artwork of San Francisco Bay. So the viewers can see whatever, it's a real-time video displays that whatever the viewer can see from outside of the restaurants, the Bay view, they can also see it inside the restaurant. So it provides quite a perfect for the dynamic and dining experience for the customers that were there for the view. But this is just one application that people, we wanted to show you that people can use. But there are many different other applications that you can use for these stretch displays. Okay, again, 5028 is an MP now. 5038, it says May 14, but I think we're a little bit delayed. So look at, watch out for it. Most likely June, early July, and samples are available for order now. So FYI. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about the LC lab. So this is a layout of our Milpitas facility, and as you guys, if you guys have been to our Milpitas facility, this is the front door, and that's right here. And our LC lab is all the way to the back of the facility. The total facility is about 100,000 square feet, but the LC lab, it's in the back here, it's about 1560 square feet. Okay, so it's actually a very nice clean room. It's a class 1000 clean room, and the class bench, or actually the bench, the clean bench, it's class 100. So we wanted to do it right and do it good for our customer in North America, and the facility has got the anti-static floor, the ESD floor. It's designed with the seamless, the stainless table that we can push around the clean room area for different size of installation and to streamline the assembly and production. So these are just different equipments that for the clean room, required for the clean room. But as you can see, this is a stainless table that we're talking about. It comes with a wheel, actually was recommended to us by our by 3M Touch for the large display installation. Okay, so what can we do here? Well, we can do standard touchscreen installations, or we can do all kinds of different customized monitor project with our details team. Most of you probably familiar with our details. Designed to service, or designed to order service. That they have, our details team has many experience with displays. So they can do IP65 shock vibrations and ruggedized monitors. So any requirements, let us know, and then we'll try to work out projects together with you guys. Okay. Right now, mainly we can only do touchscreen right now with this facility. In the future, we may look into other integrates other services once we get our demands and capacity up and running. So right now we do resistive touch, we do capacitive touch, and PCAT touch, projected capacitive touch. Okay, other services that we can offer is cover glass design. We can customize the cover glass. With the standard is soda lime cover glass. We can upgrade it to Gorilla Glass or the Dragon Trail glass or other chemical strengthened glass. So just keep in mind, because a lot of customers come to us and want Gorilla Glass, because Gorilla Glass is really a very nice glass. and also is well advertised. Just keep in mind that with Gorilla Glass, the lead time is very long, and the cost. We're talking about the cost probably going to be doubled with Gorilla Glass, just because it's a very specialized glass, and it was in high demand by large consumer electronics. So for us, the industrial customers, it becomes a little bit harder to get allocations because of that reasons, because our quantity is not as such. Okay, the standard thickness is about 1.2 to 1.6 millimeter, but we can upgrade it to up to 3 millimeter with tempered glass. Okay, we can do ID designs, put different logos, icons, and borders or different color bezels and different buttons here with electronics or cutouts. So just let us know and give us the custom ID, and then we'll come up with the proposal and drawing for your verification. Surface treatment, the standard glass is just no treatments, but we can add air coating, AG coating, or AS, which is anti-smudge coating. Okay, capacity, right now up to about 3,000 pieces a month with 3 technicians. So if we wanted to increase the capacities, then we can always increase the technician, and we can more than double the capacity. But right now, we have standard up to 3 technicians to do the installation, and we can install touchscreen up to actually up to 55 inches right now. So, but we have projects so far up to 42 inches. But our clean room bench, the clean bench, the large one, can do up to 65 inches touch. Okay, now since we started the clean room here in North America, we decided to introduce products that are assembled in North America. And since most of our standard products coming from our Taiwan facilities are always sister touch, we decided to introduce a series of PCAP touch on the wide format ratio. So this month we introduced the 7 inches 800 by 480, and by later this week I'm going to introduce the 7 inches 1024 by 600 with standard PCAP touch, 500 nits, support up to 4-point multi-touch, Win 7, Win 8, and they also support Linux and Android. So Linux for multi-touch is the 2.6.36, and up to 2 points. We can also tune the firmware to up to 4 points. So just let us know your requirements, and we'll support the drivers accordingly. And second half of this year, that we're going to introduce the 10.1, 1024 by 600, and hopefully we can also introduce a 1280 by 800 soon. Okay. Gaming monitor, we have the 19 inches, 21.5, and 23 inches. If you have requirements for gaming monitor, ask your field sales, because that we just firm up the alliance with 3M Touch, that we get really good pricing for our gaming market. So we just recently lowered our gaming monitor cost, because the cost that the agreements that we have with 3M. So all these on the 21.5 and 23 inches, we use the IDS panel, 250 nits, and 3M capacitive touch as standard. On the 19 inches, there's very few IPS 19 inches available, so we use 250 nits, but it's not IPS model. But we all know that the 19 inches are slowly phasing away for the gaming monitor, but the focus is going to be on the 21 and 23 inches. Okay, so our ecosystem partner, right now, AUO is still our biggest partners. Innolux, it's second largest LCD eco partner or alliance ecosystem partner. Kyocera, Sharp, LG, and Mitsubishi, and Kinma, and Empire. So, different panel requirements, resolutions, glass technologies, and brightness. We use different vendor, but we have good relationship. And again, our goal is to come up with what is required by our customers, by the system integrators and the end user to make sure that we provide the best solutions for their requirements. Touch screen, we have fixed text, AMT for the resistive touch, 3M for the capacitive touch, AOR touch, AMT, and Touch International for the Protect touch. And that concludes my presentation, and I think we're right on time. So I'm going to turn the presentation presenter back to Brian and Stephanie.
Hi, Jeanette. We actually had a few. Hi. We actually had a few questions on the chat. If you have a moment to answer them.
Sure. So, did you want me to answer it now, or did you want to forward that by email and I'll answer it one by one?
I mean, it's up to the attendees.
Okay. Go ahead. I'm still online, so I'll try to answer as much.
Okay. One question was, what is the bezel width for the digital signage model for video walls, and is it non-touch?
Yes. So for the video wall, because most of the video wall, it's non-touch. You know, it's only for viewing. So the different sizes have different bezel width. The most popular size right now for video wall is the 42 inches. And so on the 42 inches non-touch for the bezel for video wall, it's if I remember correctly, I think it's 19 millimeter. So from bezel to bezel, it's 38 millimeter.
Okay. And then another one, and I believe it was around the IDS 3100 slide. One question was no HDMI or DP interfaces.
Okay, so the IDS 3000, is that right?
3100.
That's 3100, okay.
Yeah.
Yes, so the standard is VGA and DVI. And the DVI, you know, the DVI digital interface is compatible with the HDMI interface, so that what that means is that they can talk to each other. So we have, we offer DVI HDMI converter cable. So if your interface is or your system is HDMI, just let us know. Then we'll give you the converter cable part numbers that you can order together with the system. I actually listed this slide, the IDS 3100 series. But just make sure if you have HDMI interface, don't use the economic version, because the economic version only have VGA, no digital interface. So you have to order the standard versions that comes with the DVI interface and order the DVI HDMI converter cable.
Okay.